Hey, Daniela, we are live, but we're not coming out just yet. We're waiting on Z. In
Okay.
just a couple minutes, we will go live and you'll just do the thing, though.
Okay, sounds good.
Actually, why don't we just go ahead and introduce the show and start? We'll start the video, and he should be here by the time we're done.
Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Takeover Lounge. Tonight we have a special guest. We have Peps of Elite Culture Apparel, and we are just waiting for Z, but he'll be here in a couple minutes. So let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Yer! I just come in like nothing even happened. What's up, y'all?
What's
Hey, I
up?
told you I'm gonna be the only one without headphones, and I feel left out. He got the full-on one, and you got the AirPods on.
Hey, no, it's all right. Your ears can be naked. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? What is up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. What's up with you guys?
Man, we are chilling. It's another Friday. Welcome, everybody, to Takeover Lounge. I'm your host, Z Gibb, and I got my co-host, Daniela, up in here. You ready? What's up? We got Peps in the building. What's good, man?
It's not much, man. Same old, same old.
You
Especially
know, right. Everything seems like all the days are blending in together. Like,
yeah, it's like Groundhog Day.
Oh my god.
Right. So we're gonna kick it off like Daniela would normally kick it off. So let's go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So to start off, what made you want to create your clothing brand?
I mean, I've always been into kind of like, I want to say, I guess, fashion and style. Like, so it's something I always wanted to do. And I mean, since I was young, I've always kind of like just doing my own thing. I never like working per se, like 9 to 5. So, I mean, I remember in middle school, I learned how to cut hair on my friends and fuck their hair up.
Yeah, you can, of course.
Oh, okay. So like, I learned how to cut hair, started charging to cut hair and started doing the shoe game thing, customizing shoes. So I've always kind of like just doing my own thing, man. So when I got the chance to do like the clothing line was because I got my personal training certification. So I was doing that for a while. And, I just remember like I would be training people and I would always obviously like match my shoes to whatever I was wearing. Right. People would kind of be like, man, you should just like start your own stuff. Like, I like the way you coordinate everything. And I don't know. It took me a while to do it, honestly, because I mean, like anybody, I think you're just scared of failure. So I was just like pushed it off. Right. So, I mean, shout out to one of my boys, man. He's the one that really got me started. He was just like, nah, you're coming over tonight. I'm going to set you up with everything you need. Tell me what accounts you want. And like, just went running from there. So
that's what's up. How long was that like in the works for Elite Culture?
Man, dude, I want to say for a long time, bro. Like 10 years, I always had it in my head. Like, yo, I want to do something. I want to do something. And I kind of just gravitated to other shit here and there. And like I said, it wasn't until my boy was like, he saw some sketches, he saw like ideas I had, and he was like, just do it, man. Trust me.
That's
dope.
dope.
Like, you're gonna regret like not just starting it, even if it sucks at first, whatever.
Exactly.
And it did. So.
So what was it like getting like being able to have that support, like your friend? Like a lot of people would love to have a friend like you did, just be like pushing you know what I mean? Like what was that like to have that?
Bro, it was great, man. Like I said, I think everybody always has that fear of like failing and it's just kind of like hesitant. So to have somebody that like he's really successful. Mm-hmm. And so I would train him and we would talk here and there. I knew him from like years previous already.
Right.
And so when he saw it, he just kind of like got in my ear and like, no joke. He was just like, hey, meet me at my house later. Like you can use my company to get your accounts. Like I'll set you up. Let me know what you want. And I was still like, yeah, man. He's like, right. And he's like, Pep, no, like for real, like come over. He's like, I'm gonna help you out. Like just do it. Trust me. Like if you really want to do it, just come over. Literally went over that night and he was just like, what clothing brand do you want to use? Where do you want to order from? How do you want to do this? And I was like, I like this company. I like this company. And 30 seconds later, man, he's on the phone like, hey, set up an account, whatever, Jose wants, make sure he gets it, blah, blah, blah. And so it was great, man. Like it was crazy. Like, cause when you have something in your head for so long and then it's like from one day to the next, boom, like it started. I was like, oh shit. Like,
I got a brand already. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And I was just like, man, I procrastinated so long and just, I'm forever grateful to my boy for that shit, man. Honestly.
That's awesome. That was like the first elite culture investor. Would you say?
Sure. Like even that, like he was just like, man, don't worry about it. Like I'll order everything. Wow. We have the accounts. Like don't worry. And as soon as I made the money back, I was like, bro, here's like everything. He's like, man, don't worry about it. Like you're good. Like I'm glad you're doing good. So
that's love.
Yeah, like for real. And he's been there, to help me and guide me like throughout the whole thing. So
that's
on,
nice.
On the business aspect, So
right.
So definitely helped.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What made you choose the name Elite Culture Apparel?
It was just, I feel like everybody's into like different things. So like, the way I took it is like everybody's in a different culture. So it basically means like being the best at whatever it is you do, So if like you're in the hip hop culture, be a lead in that. If you're like into hooping, like be a lead in that. Because people would always hit me up like, oh, it's just a fitness brand. I'm like, well, not really. I mean, a lot of people were in the gym because I was a personal trainer, so I was always in the gym. But I'm like, that's not really my inspiration for I didn't make like stringer tank tops. I didn't make like all this weird shit. I'm like, it's more like streetwear that kind of like influenced like into like fitness stuff. So,
okay, what I mean? I like that. I didn't know. I was one of those people like, well, I thought it was just a fitness, but now it's streetwear.
Because like a lot of people that buy it. Like I'll see him and I'm like, man, you haven't even been wearing this stuff. And he's like, bro, I wear this shit out. Like I should wear it to chill. Like it's so nice. Like I don't want to mess it up in the gym. And it's like, oh, okay, I'll take that.
That's what's up. I like that. So throwing it back, rewind it back a little bit. I want to know. So you were a personal trainer throughout those 10 years before you started Elite Culture?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay, so that's what you were doing for 10 years, and then you had your boy getting in your ear and telling you to do that, right? Okay, cool. I was wondering if you had any other side hustles you were doing while you were a personal trainer as well. Were you still cutting hair? Or?
Man, I was cutting hair. I was customizing shoes. I was like, bro, I'm older than you guys, man. So trust me. Like, trust me. I was into like this shoe thing. Like I like to say, I liked it when it wasn't cool.
Right.
Man, like I used to like really get into it when you had to like sleep at the spots outside. You had to like get in line. You had to like travel city to city to do it. You had to like make personal connects and different cities that a certain skate shop only got it.
Right.
So, yeah, man.
That's fine.
Yeah, dude. I was all into that. Got a little crazy now. It's too much to keep up with. Where I'm like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, got kids now. I got all kinds of shit. So it's like,
so yeah, I'm gonna put that to the side.
Yeah, the youngest can have that.
Thanks. What was where did that like hustler mindset come from? Like from your family, or was it kind of just instilled in you? Like, did you always have this?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just something I always did, bro. Like I always kind of just like doing my own thing. Like I remember having jobs and just clocking in and being like, yo, this ain't for me. Like right off the bat, just like kind of just doing it to do it. And I was always in my head like, well, man, what the hell else can I be doing? What the hell else can I be doing? Like, so, I mean, now when I talk to people, I'm always like, yo, invest in yourself, man. Like everybody has it. like everybody has a talent, and like right now with social media, like it's so easy to like to showcase your talent. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like you guys doing a podcast, that's dope. I've told Daniela before, like I've thought about it, and again, my dumb ass is always like, "Nah, it's gonna suck. I ain't gonna do it. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it." And people are always like, "Man, you should do something." Like, so that's dope. You guys are doing it, man. That's.
Yo, we appreciate the compliment. Yeah. Always love.
So how has the process been for you since you started to now? How have you grown as a company?
There's a lot more to it. You know what I mean? Like I think when people think like starting a clothing brand, you know, people are just like, oh, t-shirt, put a logo on it. You know, like like they think it's like really simple, but it's not. You know, you need to figure out like what your cost is. You know, how much it costs for production. You know, stuff you need to investigate at scene. You know, packaging and all that stuff. It's a lot to it. So it was definitely like a big learning curve because everything else I did for myself was kind of like just going through it, you know what I mean? Chopping up, you know, hit the homies up, you know, they tell another homie, it's just easy, right? This is like different. You got to kind of like, it's just different. It's way bigger. It's a lot more than I thought at first.
Yeah.
Like I get overwhelmed sometimes still.
Well, that's a good thing, right? I mean, that means you're still having that clientele tap in.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy because for me, I've been in it for like 5 years, so I don't really have time to like step back and look at it.
Right.
But to me, it's still like, oh, it's just simple. But then I'll step back and it's like, damn, I just started with like 50 tank tops. And then it was 100. Then it was like 100 tank tops and 100 shirts. Then it was baseball teams, where now it's like joggers, zip ups, windbreakers, hats, hoodies, jackets,
right?
Everything. We pretty much make everything except damn shoes, probably. So when I step back, I'm like, oh shit, okay. Like I gotta stress myself out.
For real. What was like the marketing strategy at first? I mean, did you have a strategy even like when you were starting this?
I mean, when I first started, it was kind of weird because I wanted to focus more like on visual stuff where I was like, yo, let me get like a really attractive, you know, like a big muscle dude. Let me get a, you know, athlete girl. Let me get this and that. And that shit didn't work out. Those motherfuckers didn't do anything.
Right.
Where now it's like more, I try to meet people that have like that hustle in them, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they know like everything is a process, that they have to like work for stuff. And it's really hard, man. It's really hard to find people like that because everybody will sell you that shit at first. But
yeah,
when it comes time to work and really do something, it's like, oh man, you know, I went out and party, bro. I'm sorry, I can't make it to this. Or, oh man, you know, me and my girl got in a fight, so I can't help it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like shit. And I try to tell people from the jump, like, oh, it's hard. Like, trust me, everything you're going through, like I've went through, probably times 10.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be like dedicated to like anything you do, not just with like with me, with my brand, like in general. Like you have to understand, like if you have a goal, there's always gonna be hurdles, there's always gonna be obstacles, there's just a lot of shit you gotta deal with. And it's about having that like focus to just like keep pushing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what keeps you like motivated to keep pushing, like you're talking about?
Oh, my family, man. Just like you know, like they depend on me, so I can't slack. I'm always thinking of like something else to do, like as random as it is. Like when the quarantine stuff started, I started getting into like detailing cars. I used to always I used to always wash cars like just to like relax myself. I remember going to the car like at 1 a.m. after a long day and just like, man, let me just tap out for a while and just wash my car. And I started like really researching that and started looking into it. A couple weeks ago, I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna start a detailing business. Fuck it. Let me buy everything I need, bought a bunch of shit. I posted about it. Like I made an Instagram page thinking in my head, like, well, maybe it'll gain traction for like the next month or two, and then you know, be a side thing going on too. Bro, that blew up like crazy. Like where I had to like tell people like, I need to reschedule like a week next week. I'm tired, man. Like it's too much shit going on. So sometimes I like bite off more than I can chew for sure, but I'd rather do that than just be, you know, sitting on my ass like complaining about shit. Because I mean, like I know everybody's kind of struggling with stuff right now, you know. So, so obviously, like with the brand, like the shit took a little bit of a hit, you know, since all this stuff started. You know, gyms are kind of shut down or limited capacity. There's no events, so just gotta do what you gotta do, man. You know.
Exactly. What events were y'all popping up on? Like as far as just getting your name out there? Were you doing events? Were you?
Yeah, like we post up like at gyms, like we talk to like management, and be like, hey, can we, just bring some of our stuff, bring a table, just showcase some of our stuff. There's always like fitness events. We did like a fashion event in Phoenix, like
That's
just
dope.
a bunch of random shit. Like we were just everywhere, like grand openings, and so I mean that was really like for me, like I know I need to be better at like the social media stuff, about the brand stuff, but I love like talking to people like in person.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I'm somewhere like that's where I like excel, so
Yes.
that shit was money. When we got to set up places, it was just like, people get to meet us and be like, oh man, you guys are like actually super nice and chill. It's like,
yeah. You're not just somebody behind the screen, just begging for your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that genuine connection. I like that.
So, all that shit got taken away. Like,
yeah.
So, you got to adjust and find other avenues to work for a while, but it's all good, man.
For sure.
That's awesome. So what is the process of making an order?
Making what?
An order. Like someone orders a clothing piece. Do you have it ready, or do you have to prepare it for that person?
As far as like a custom order or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have people all the time hit me up for like stuff for like events. Again, like when there was like CrossFit events and stuff like that. So it would, most of the time it's always come to like, hey, just put your logo on it. Like this is kind of what I want on it, but do your own thing. Like we want it to be like representative of you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean that's all that is.
For sure. And then what is it like if I go through online? Do you get my order directly? And you're like packaging it yourself, or do you have like a drop ship type of thing?
I do everything.
Wow, so you got like the press and everything?
Yeah, I do everything.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. And like, how much would you think that like a startup, like your startup cost was? I mean, I don't mean to get in your pockets or anything like that.
I mean, you can start like, honestly, bro, you can start like super basic. I mean, you can start a business for like $1,000, even less.
Right.
So it's just about having like patience. Like, cause if you start small, like just perfect stuff and just keep growing, like I said, like we have everything. Like I have everything. Like we package it. I get the orders. I'm the one that's putting it in the mailer, filling out the forms. Like,
wow. I think that makes it that much more special as like somebody that now knows like what goes on behind the scenes. It's like, oh wow, like he's taking the time out of his day to package my order and ship it out to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so every time I get an order, like I try to like look for them on Instagram or Facebook, try to chop it up with them too. Like, hey man, your order, like I appreciate it, things like that. So
that's dope. It's little things that really go a long way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And when was it for you when you found out like, yo, elite culture is like blowing up? Like when was like what year or when did you find out?
Man, I want to say like maybe like 2-3 years ago. I was just getting like just random people like, yo, I was at the airport and I seen this dude wearing it, or like, yo, I touched down like in Texas and there was like this dude wearing it there, or like just random shit. Like, yo, I was at the Suns game and I seen like 3 people wearing it, or and like even to now, like I don't think I've went to a gym in the last like year and I seen one person wearing it. Like at least one person.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a good feeling, man. Because I remember at first when nobody would wear this shit, I'd be like, man, can wear this fucking tank top? Like, can somebody see somebody wearing this shit?
Right.
So it's definitely, it's a good feeling, man. But there's a lot of work behind it too. So.
Oh yeah, and I bet it just feels so good to like pay it all paid off. Like the late nights, early mornings, you're just like, or the struggling times, you're just like, fuck. Like somebody buy something. Yep. Yeah.
So every time I order stuff and it's like 500 shirts and I gotta like inventory them, separate them, like what's going on these ones, what's going on these ones, what's going on these ones. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah. And
it's all set up at your crib, right? It's all at your house, like
yeah. So at our house right now we have like a loft upstairs, and I kind of let's see if you can kind of see a little bit. Oh, there's my daughter right there.
Oh, what's up?
So we have like shelves. Shit, where am I? Oh, this shit's like backward. I was like, we got shelves. We have everything.
Wow, that's dope.
And there's more stuff like in the garage and stores downstairs too. So
what is wifey thinking about this whole time? Like, damn, I got a whole retail store in my house. Like,
yeah. Sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, but
but she understands it.
Yeah. Well, we're moving soon though.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so now I have my own room and my own extra garage spot too for everything. So
right. That's dope.
Because it is getting overwhelming now. I mean, there's like boxes in the living room, boxes in the garage. It's just stuff everywhere.
I guess now that's
a good thing.
Yeah, I guess now the question I want to ask is Elite Culture just going to be like an online store, or are you guys looking into like maybe going brick and mortar style? Like, what is?
Man, I don't know, man. That's something I've been debating because I would love to open a store, bro. Because like I said, I love talking to people, man. So having a shop and having people come in and talking to people all day, like that'd be dope to me. You know what I mean? That wouldn't even be work. Like just having people come in, buying stuff, talking to them, like that'd be dope. But I mean, the way things are, I don't know how shit's gonna how it's gonna be, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, the good thing about this whole thing is it has forced us to kind of like get more into the website stuff, making sure it's updated more and using that more. Cause I mean, myself, like I know I could admit, like I use it as a crutch doing like the one-on-one with people or meeting people. Yeah. And my boy, who's like my, like my business mentor, he's like, dude, you need to focus on that, on the online stuff too, because that's gonna help you. And I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, I got this. Like, I know so many people. I'm doing these events, and he's like, I know, but the website's gonna be extra. That's money, like. Just, you don't have to like just focus on putting pictures up, doing this. And so I kind of been putting it off, but now I'm like, shit, I should have listened. You know what I mean?
So now you're like doubling down on it now.
Yeah. So now I'm calling him like, why didn't you tell me earlier, man? I've been telling you 4 years.
That's dope.
You do a lot with the breast cancer awareness. So what's your process? Like, what is your connection with the breast cancer awareness?
So 3 years ago, my mom actually got diagnosed with breast cancer. And so I just kind of like made it for her, you know. It was weird because as far as like with the shirts, you know what I mean? Because I know I overthink things a lot. So I'm like, man, I don't want to just make some breast cancer shirts. I already know people are gonna be like, oh, it's just a money grab, it's this, it's that, you know what I mean? And like I'm really close to my mom, so I was like, I didn't want to deal with that shit, you know. But I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna help my mom with the bills, like whatever we make off this, you know. I just like gave it to her or whatever.
That's dope.
But yeah, man. Like as soon as like we made them, and people were like, how do we know you're gonna donate it? Why are you gonna donate it to your mom? Why don't you donate to a center? And it's like,
that backlash.
So yeah, so I'm like,
I can't win. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like a weird dynamic, right? It's like when you try to do something good, and it's like
it's not good enough.
Yeah, people come up with something weird and shit. So we did them last year too. This year, because everything that's been going on, I kind of haven't had time. So we kind of like re-released the ones from the last 2 years.
For sure.
Because my cousin back in Cali, his wife got breast cancer this year.
Oh wow!
So I told him, I'm like, yo, whatever we sell, I'm just gonna ship off to you. So
that's
kind of what we're doing with that.
That's dope. I mean, I think people need to like just realize like it's going to a good cause either way. I mean, if you give it to a center, if you give it to my family member that has it, like it's still the same cause. So.
Yeah, man, it was weird, man. At first, because I was just like, damn, like really, like
I thought y'all would like this. Like I'm doing good.
And if I make some breast cancer shirts and I pull up in like a Lambo or some shit later, you know, the next Monday, you know what I mean?
It's like there's like the whole like church and preacher thing. It's like why is the preacher driving the Rolls Royce and I'm over here?
We're taking the bus.
Right.
So go ahead.
No, you go ahead, man. This is your show. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's just a lot of weird dynamics and like owning the brand and kind of being like in the like public eye, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't even like that because it sounds stupid, but
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So how many people are like on your team?
I mean, right now, honestly, it's just me and my wife that do everything. I mean, you know, we've had like a lot of people that come on, come off, and then kind of like fizzle out, or like I understand, like life happens, you know, so they got other shit they got to do. So, you know, I'm never gonna tell somebody like, yo, quit your job and just do this, or yo, and this shit and come over here. So it's like, so it's kind of weird. And again, like I feel like with everything going on right now too, is a little weird. Like, you know, it adds to the awkwardness, or you know,
for sure.
What you can do. So
I'll
do it all.
Yeah. You're doing it right now, you and your wife.
But I have a lot of people that help me promote, and you know, like like Daniela for sure. Like, you know, she's always like hyping us up every time we post stuff, retagging.
Yeah, oh yeah, I see it. I'm like, damn, I'm about to go buy one.
Bro, something people don't realize something as simple as that. It's just like reposting stuff, or you know, that's by myself. Like, I for sure try to like keep stuff local, or you know, all my homies that own businesses, like, I try to like go through them for whatever I need if I can, you know. So,
right. That's dope. So being a local business, I mean, you said you saw like shirts out there in like Texas, Cali. I mean, where are like other spots that people are wearing your stuff? That you know of.
Shit, man, I've sent stuff to like New Jersey, to Miami, to New York. I think we had somebody was ordering stuff from like Barcelona. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So shout out to the people reposting, because now you get international attention.
Yeah, we send stuff to a lot of places, man. But it's mostly here and in Cali. You know, I'm from Cali. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
So I got a lot of family up there. So
what about you out to Tucson?
So I grew up in San Francisco.
Okay.
My mom and dad, they're from Mexico. And so when I was younger, we went to go live in Mexico to live with my grandparents, you know, like get used to the culture over there.
Yeah.
Kind of just found Tucson. So my mom was like, you know what, it's in the middle. Let's be here. That way we can, you know, still visit San Francisco. We can still, you know, go to Mexico more often. And then we just kind of stayed here.
That's what's up. How old were you when you moved out here?
Shit. And I was young, dude. It was like middle school.
Okay.
And then I moved back. And then I moved back here. But I think I was like 14, maybe 15, something like that.
Okay. Nice. And then you just stayed here?
Yeah, stayed here, man. I like it, man. I like it. It's a chill vibe out here.
There's always mixed reviews, man, about Tucson. You always hear people.
It grows on you. It grows on you.
Well, yeah, you've been from Canada. I'm surprised just the United States, like just in general.
It's the Nuggets, man. They probably don't have Nuggets over there.
It's the Nuggets.
It's the Mickey D's Nuggets for you? That's what I said. When are you going to get the body pillow? We're going to see the body pillow making a appearance.
We were just talking about that.
Were you?
It's coming soon. It's coming soon.
All right, so we'll be the first ones to see it on the lounge on the Friday?
Yeah, we're going to do a full review of it.
Okay, Travis Scott, you better not be lying about these chicken nugget body pillows, man. So when you were younger, were you into fitness, or did you just kind of find it?
When I was younger, man, I was all sports, man.
Yeah, were you?
Basketball, baseball, football, like I played everything. So I kind of just transitioned into it. Like once I graduated from high school, like I went to Pima, I took some classes, and just went from there. I was just like, man, you know what? I can start training people. So
right. So you did your 2 year. You got your associates at Pima?
I didn't even get in there. I actually got certified through like some other place.
Oh, for sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you got.
I was the one that was in school. Like, please, like I just want to leave. It's funny because I see people from high school like, do you miss high school? I'm like, absolutely not at all. My mind was always elsewhere. Like, man, I'm trying to go hoop. I'm trying to play some baseball. I'm just trying to get out of here.
Right. What's your favorite team for NBA?
NBA Warriors, man.
Oh God, yeah. I forgot. Okay, so
I'm a Warriors, A's, and Niners.
Okay, makes sense. All right, there we go. We got it covered.
Yeah, you know, I used to go to the games when I was little. I mean, again, to show my age, I'm about to be 40 this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when I was growing up over there, that's when they had Canseco. That's when they had McGuire. That's when they had like Ricky Henderson. Wow, they had all these players, man. Even to like when the Warriors had Sprewell and Weber and Tim Hardaway and Mullen, like.
Wow. So
there.
So you ain't a bandwagon, so you've been rolling.
Yeah. That's why it's funny when people are like, oh, of course you like them now. I'm like, that's where I'm from. Like, come on. We got baby bitches rocking their shit.
That's dope.
I love sports, man. That was for sure my entry into like fitness.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, man. I loved it, man. I love sports.
What sport did you excel in the most?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah, man. I love hooping.
Were you a PG back then?
Yeah, point guard, shooting guard. Yeah.
That's what's up. You still got a nice little jumper on you, or not really?
Yeah, I just ain't got no more knees, dog.
I should have got no more knees.
Yeah, man, I messed up both my knees. That kind of was the end of that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had surgery on both knees already, so.
Ooh.
I love it, man. I got a chance to play with a bunch of people like from the U of A, you know, when like Simon was here and Gardner was here and Arenas. Like I got to hoop with all them, and so that was cool, man.
That's awesome.
Hooping with all them.
I love basketball, man. I used to play basketball, so I like that connection that we had right there. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna get this little pocket real quick.
Hey, once the gents put the damn hoops back on the backboards, you gotta pull up.
Oh, I'm down for sure. I'll be low key hooping at the Dunbar. Nobody pull up because I'm gonna sit down. I'll be there.
Yeah, man. I work out at LA Fitness a lot, and I went in there one day to like when they opened back up to go shoot around. They took the damn hoops off.
I just want to know where are they keeping the rims at to these things, like the park ones.
I have no idea.
I've never.
Like, yo, if you're watching and you got the keys to the rim safe or something, yo, just let me get a couple rims and let me just
go buy a goddamn rim and hang that shit up myself when I go.
For real.
Guys, take the shit off the backboard and leave.
It's a breakaway. He's like, all right, yeah, we out.
People be mad as hell. I was like, that's the new version of taking your ball and going home and shit. I'm taking a rim and I'm out of here.
I'm out. Mom called me, man. I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
That's what's up. Yo, I wasn't here for the briefing, but do you have a clip to roll?
I think we rolled it in the beginning.
You want to begin? Let's roll
It
that.
has another one.
Oh, if not, we can roll that one again.
Who you put that old video, Daniela? Oh man, come on now.
No video. That's the first time
Like
I've
5
seen
years old.
it.
I was like this. Sheesh, and we're back just like
That is
that.
an old video.
See, I'm way too shy to be doing shit like that. I get the buff guys to do that. I'm like, you guys can do all you want. I'll be back here.
Facial expressions.
Yo, before we continue, man, I just want to say shout out to the Twitch viewers that are watching right now on Twitch. Don't forget October 17th, or is it next week? GP the 16th? Is it 16th? All right, Daniela's my date, the date woman right here. She got me. GP is performing with Jay Bay. Oh, wait. Next week. Sorry about that. I'm thinking October 7th, or when are they performing? Jay Bailey
Canyon on the 17th.
17th. See, that's what I was thinking. So GP Jay Bailey performing on the 17th. We'll have GP here in the lounge the 16th. We got a special showing for y'all on sometime in November with a secret guest. We're calling that the Takeover Live. So, yo, big news, big things coming up. And we're here with our guest, Peps, owner and founder of Elite Culture. Man, that commercial, how old was that? Like,
man, I was like 3 years old.
That was 3 years old?
Right,
that reminds me of like when I used to stay up late on TV and see those little commercials and like
infomercials.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
roller and shit.
I'd be like, yep. That's when I know I need to go to sleep when I'm seeing those on my TV.
Yeah, it's weird though. Like as you progress, like as you know, when you do it like 3-4 years ago, you're like, oh, this shit is dope. Now look at it, I'm like, oh.
You're like, nah, that's cheesy, man. I don't know. So I think that's fine.
That's the only way you learn though, because I'm just doing shit,
Right, and I mean, I follow the dude that's under Adam.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Adam's out there, and Adam don't follow me back, and I'm mad about that, but it's all good. We'll get into that later. But is he one of your influencers for Elite Culture? Was he there from start?
Yeah, he was like one of the first dudes that came on.
That's what's up.
He's been repping since back then,
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So when did it start? Like, what year was it that
Elite was like? I think the end of like 2015 or something like that.
Okay, he's been rocking 5 years now.
Yeah, I'm weird, right? Because like people always have these dates. Like I started on. I'm like, I have no fucking clue, really. I know it was like 5 years ago. I know people are always like, "Oh, you're gonna have a 1 year anniversary too." I'm like, I don't really care about that.
Like, I don't know. I don't even know it's my 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, people tell me shit. I'm like, I haven't done anything, man. Like, I'm not celebrating anything.
Like, I'm not. That's what's up.
How often do you like drop new items? Do you do it seasonally, or do you just do it whenever you feel like?
A little bit of mix of both. I was kind of on a schedule of doing everything like at least every 3-4 weeks, trying to drop a couple of items. It's been weird, like ordering stuff right now. Like I was telling you earlier, for example, like before say I wanted to order white shirts, right? Like there would be like 10,000 smalls, 10,000 mediums, 10,000 larges, that I can choose from.
Right.
Now when I call to try to order shit, it's like, hey, there's 14 smalls or 7 medium. I'm like, geez, like,
oh.
So it's like it's weird, you gotta kind of like catch it to when you can order stuff. And a lot of the overseas places that I order from, like like our leggings and sports bras for like girls and shit like that. Like all that shit's all funky right now. To where like, oh, we can't ship overseas. We can't do this right now. We can't do that. So that it's been a headache of its own. Just that shit, trying to like keep stuff in stock or trying to get new stuff. So
right.
But,
so how's it like now? Like how you navigating it now?
So I'm just like piecing stuff together. I'm like, yo, give me what you got right now. And then like looking a week later, like, all right, give me the rest of these, give me these, and just trying to get it going like that.
Right. Okay, that's what's up. What was like the hardest thing about starting the brand itself? Like, was it just the starting part, or was it?
That's the crazy part, right?
Yeah.
You tell me like, man, what's the hardest part? I'm like, just starting it. Like once you start it and just like get going, and like just knowing that you're gonna mess up.
Yeah.
Like that was the hardest part, man.
For sure.
Because again, I could look back 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and I'm like, that was stupid, but I learned. Like that was dumb, but I learned. Or like, like you just gotta just keep doing it.
Right. Never failures, only mistake, only learning lessons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if it's like it sounds so corny, right? Because like people do hit me up a lot, like on the brand page, like, hey man, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? What advice do you have? And I always feel like it's so bland what I tell them, but I'm like, it's really simple, man. Just like go for it and just dedicate yourself to it. Exactly. Like don't let the setbacks like get you down. Don't let what people say get you down. Like, because no matter what you do, you're gonna have like an audience that likes it and an audience that doesn't.
Definitely.
So it's like if you're just worried about who doesn't like it, then you're just gonna have like that negative energy. But I get it. Like, I get that shit does mess with you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes. Even with me, like I'll see homies that are like, "Oh, I can't buy that because whatever reason," and then I'll see the next night like they're out popping bottles or some shit, and it's like whatever. Like, so I know it is hard, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's like no, like don't worry about that shit.
Yeah,
worry about you got a lot. Like for me, I have a lot more people that show love than don't. So
yeah, that's very fortunate that you have that. There's a lot of brands that are opposite. They got a lot of people that don't show love and just
it's weird, man. Like even within brands or like businesses, like I feel like there's a lot of like unnecessary competition, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've had situations where like I'm not even trying to say it, so you know what I mean? Like
you're like, I'm not trying to
like start no weird shit, but like I know people that would wear like my stuff to like a certain like say gym, right? And I know like a lot of people start wearing it there, and then I would hear like the owners of the gym are like, "Yo, why you wearing so much of that shit? Like, where our stuff?" You know what I mean? It's like, like I'm not a gym owner. Like I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I've had that happen like multiple times through like multiple places and like different circumstances. Where it's like I never compete with nobody. Like you'll never hear me talking shit about another brand, like talking shit about another business. Like that's just not me. There's enough for everybody. So
exactly. Hey, where'd Shayna, man? Shayna said, "Yo, live in abundance." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, like, if you just have energy like that, man, like you're never gonna get what you deserve, man. If you're just like looking to like hate on people or just like do dumb shit or just, like make everything a competition when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
So
I feel that. Are you much of a reader, like for like business books or self-help books or anything like that?
Not reading per se, but I listen to a lot of podcasts, man.
Nice. What podcasts are you listening to?
Like I listen to the Rogan, I listen to that like Andy Frisella, like Sam Harris. I listen to a bunch of random shit like Crime Junkies. It's like now, like I'll be in there like never listen to music in the car. I'm always just listening to podcasts, and people are like, "Man, what's wrong with you?" I just like learning new stuff, like about stuff that's not my lane.
Definitely,
it really interests me.
How did your daughter feel about that when she's driving in the car with dad? Does she know that we're listening to podcasts on the way to school?
She puts her headphones on.
Bella's a TikTok star.
Yeah, she's a TikTok star.
Hey, shout out TikTok. That's what's up.
How long have you had the podcast for?
We're going on 6 months now, 7
Right.
months, right?
Yeah.
Daniela just got in like
6.
on a whim, huh?
Yeah.
She just
That
came out
was-
that, she just came out that back door right there and just joined the podcast.
Yeah, she was just. our producer was just like, "Yo, get on." We're having Daniela co-host, and she's like, "Wait, what?"
But that's cool
Honestly,
because like even with you with the podcast, like I bet you can even look back 3 months
Oh yeah,
beginning and you're like, oh man, like we're already like making strides, you know?
definitely.
And just
Definitely.
such little time, just 6 months. Like imagine a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, like
It'd be crazy, and we've been consistent as hell too. So it's been really interesting. So
you have
like, has like COVID gave you a moment to like step back and really like kind of appreciate for a minute like what you accomplished, or have you always been like go go go?
man, it's funny you say that because like I've always just been like go go go, like
Right.
I've always been but like I've had this conversation with people right now where like it does make you look back and see that there's really people out there that are struggling. There's like really people that were affected like a lot.
Yeah,
And, you know, I tell people like in my circle and people I know, I'm like, oh, we're blessed that like, I mean, I can speak for myself, right? Like my family, my friends. I don't really know nobody that has like been evicted or their light shut off or things like that. But there's a lot of people going through it right now, man. So it's like I do right now feel like all that hard work has paid off, you know.
Right.
So where we're okay, you know what I mean? It's like it's obviously shit's taking a hit, but like we're
Could
still
be worse.
Yeah, like we still know what we're gonna eat tomorrow. We still know
Exactly.
we're gonna have lights in 2 weeks, you know. So
That's awesome.
there's people that don't have that right now.
Exactly. That's awesome. I'm glad you got that moment to just appreciate it.
Yeah, you have to, man. You know what I mean? I know for myself, I don't step back and like gloat or like look at it. That's just
Right.
how I am. But I know I need to sometimes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I said, people tell me all the time, like you should do this, celebrate this, and I'm like, like whatever. And they're like, no, really? Like I remember like when you would bring your fucking shirts in a fucking plastic bag to the gym to try to sell them.
Right.
I'm like, that's true. You know what I mean? Now you can hop online and order it. Now you can click the link and order it. Now, you know,
That's the
it is progress, man. So even little steps.
exactly.
What would you say would be your biggest mistake that you've done so far that you've learned from?
Probably not keeping track of shit.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, man, like inventory is so like important and keeping track of what you have and like the money going out, the money coming in, you know, like, so I've been doing it like 5 years, right? I'm gonna say the first like 2.5, 3 years, I was still doing like personal training. I had like a part-time job, like at a GNC type store, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I would do that shit just to get free supplements, I ain't gonna lie. Right. This was kind of like my third thing. And then like once it started going good, I was like, my business mentor was like, you know what, just quit the other two, like really focus on this. Like you might struggle for a bit, but in the long run, like you're gonna see it's gonna be good. So I remember like the first time we started making like good sales, and I was like, hell yeah, like just started like spending money where I'm like not reinvesting shit like I should, not buying new shit like I should, buying stuff that I need. And it took a couple of months where I was like, shit, these shelves are looking kind of bare and I haven't ordered anything and I'm just spending money.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, I'm gonna order this. If I make this much, I'm gonna put this much away. I'm gonna reinvest this much. I have this much to play with. So that's probably it, man. You really have to be on top of your shit.
What's helping you stay organized?
My wife probably. I'm super OCD too, so
Okay.
yeah. But my wife is for sure like more like technical business savvy, you know what I mean? I'm more street business savvy, you know.
Yeah.
So she's like, let's get the QuickBooks. You know, I'm like, yo, just write that shit down on a piece of paper. And we'll be like, no, don't worry like that. You're gonna throw that paper away. We're gonna root you in what the hell's going on.
Throw it on the post-it. Throw it on the post-it.
Yeah, so I got like 100 posters. I don't know what any of them mean.
That's our producer back here. He's probably like, yep. I got posters everywhere.
It's hard because like I know like things I need to work on, and sometimes I just don't do it. You know what I mean? Like
And
it's
then
probably,
the day comes.
It's probably a guy thing.
Right. And the day finally comes, like, oh yeah, that's what I was supposed to work on this past week.
Yeah. Well, like I said, with the whole website thing, with my mentor was like, bro, I've been telling you for like 2 years. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I should have listened.
I feel you.
You know,
I always have those moments where I'm like, Bro, why didn't you tell me earlier? I was telling you earlier. You just never listened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
What podcast do you listen to?
Right now, I listen to a lot of Gary Vee.
Okay.
I'm a little younger, so he kind of speaks towards me.
Yeah.
Who else am I listening to? Joe
He
Rogan,
gets
of
a little
course.
hyper, huh? He gets a little hyper from you, though.
Oh, he's going. He goes.
Yeah. There's
It's
some
hard
other people that I'm just like, I get it. I'll come
Right.
back in 2 weeks.
Exactly. And I've been listening to the Block Warriors podcast. Shout out to the Block Warriors if they're watching.
That's a good one too.
Hey, they got a special one coming out on Tuesday. I'm excited to hear that one. So, Danielle, what you listening to? What podcast are you listening to?
I listen to Crime Junkie,
Okay.
Block Warriors, and The Basement Yard. That one just cracks me up every time.
That's for your boys, huh?
The basement yard? What is it
The
called?
Basement Yard. The Basement Yard.
What is it about?
It's just two friends, and so the one guy started it out in New York, and he just brings his friends on. They talk about random things that are happening, talk about life, just ridiculous things, and oh my god, it cracks me up every time.
See, that would be my
And then
podcast. Just random shit.
literally,
Like-
also Hood Diner podcast is also
Hood
a good
Diner.
podcast list too.
Shout out Casual and Official. My bad.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, Peps, what's your like your favorite like day to hit in the gym? Like chest day, arm day, leg day. What's your day?
Man, it used to be leg day until, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you sound so sad about it, man.
I ain't got no knees, man. I ain't got no knees. Funny, man. 'Cause that's like, you know, you got the inside jokes with your boys, man. They be always clowning me and shit. Like I'll shoot a jumper and shit, and they're like, "You all right, bro? You all right?" I'm like, "I'll live, don't worry." But anything really, man. I love being in the gym, man. It just gives me, you know, that time to like reset, you know, listen to podcasts and just zone out. Again, especially right now where we're all kind of like sandwiched into the house. You know, I like to get out. So my workouts are like 7 hours and I was playing.
So was it weird just to be cooped up in the house for that long time where gyms were closed, or were you hitting home workouts, or what were you?
I was hitting home workouts, and a couple of homies had like little gyms. So
Okay.
I mean, I was fortunate enough to be able to still get in there. You know.
Yeah, I feel you. A couple of my friends, I mean, even myself, you know, we kind of slacked off. We're like,
Yeah.
now we got an excuse not to go. You know what I mean?
Oh, we all did it, man. I got a little extra 10 pounds and shit. You know,
Yeah.
even going to the gym during that time.
Right?
Hey, man, I eat a lot. Like
I feel you.
Yeah.
I would. So honestly, like when I was thinking about a podcast, it was gonna be like fitness, fashion, and food. Like that. Like I had it all like planned out, yo. It was gonna be like the F3 podcast. That's all I was gonna talk about: fitness, fashion, and food. I know all the food spots. I be everywhere.
Why is that not the thing? Why we don't have the what's up?
Because I get in my head and I'm like, man, that's just gonna be trash. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm like now I'm like gonna start looking at it, looking for it. I'm like, where is it, man? Like,
see, I might have to link up with you, man. You're gonna have to like, you know, give me the recipe on how to do this shit.
oh man, you gotta talk to our producer, man.
Well,
Kai,
I'm not tech savvy at all. As Daniela, I'm like, yo,
Not. We were
I don't
on
know what the hell.
FaceTime before this, and
Yeah.
I was telling him how to do everything.
oh wow. Okay.
I tell everybody, hey, like we're all good at something.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's not me. I'm like, I would have my damn email asked me for my password. I'm like, yo, I don't remember the last time I ever logged into my email. So
That's crazy.
just
What
crazy
was-
like that.
How did y'all meet?
At the gym?
Of course.
No, it was 4th Street.
I remember. Yeah, at the street fair, because you went with Marina when
Yeah.
we popped up with the doctor's office.
Yes, and I tried to get. I was just gonna buy a hoodie, and I like my hoodie
Like a
baggy.
7X hoodie.
And Pep
She gets like the
says,
biggest hoodies like we offer every time. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
"I love them. I just love bag hoodies." And he's like, "All right, so you'll get like a small, medium." I was like, "No, extra large, please."
Yeah, funny story. So every time like she orders like a hoodie or a sweater, I'm like, you want the XL, double XL? But yeah, man, like
For real.
ever since then, like I love cool people like that, bro. Like I just love like just chill people that just lay back, you know, like that. That's the kind of people I like to hang out with.
Oh
like
yeah.
around me.
Mhm.
I feel
Yeah,
you.
and then he does the events at LA Fitness. He would set up and I would always go to pick up my stuff that I ordered, and then just end up chilling there. And some person came up and like, "Oh, are you part of this?" I'm like, "No, but here's a business card."
And she would always bring me a coffee, man. From Dutch.
That's what's
and
up.
a cream fried coffee, dog. And but it's funny because I remember one of the first times, like I don't know if she was like on her phone or something, and I noticed her screensaver was just a bunch of nuggets, and I was like, "What is this?" She's like, well, "That's when I should start clowning her about nuggets and shit."
Dang, Danielle you have a nugget lock safe, like a lock screen?
I used to. There was one that was just completely nuggets, like it was just a collage of nuggets.
Yeah,
and then there was another one that said Nug Life.
Nug? You're a Nug lifer?
It was a Nug Lifer, yeah.
This
And now it's a normal background now.
So McDonald's nuggets are fire. Like when they're fresh out the oil, like freshly made, they're still good.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't really do I don't really do fast food anymore.
Yeah.
I don't ever crave like McDonald's or Burger King or anything like that. But still, like if them nuggets is fresh out the oil, I'll eat them with some sweet and sour sauce and some fresh fries.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, sweet and sour sauce.
That sponsorship.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That sponsorship.
How was it? Like, how did you bring Daniela on board? Was it just like, hey, like kind of what we did with her? Throw her in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it happened?
Yeah. He would send me pictures and be like, "Oh, have you seen this?" And I'm like, "Dude," and he would time it perfectly. Every time a paycheck came around, he was like, "So there's this." I was like, "God damn it!"
Showing off for a bank account and shit, so I get the alerts. I'm like, the direct deposit hit.
It's time.
Have you seen this?
It's time.
That's dope. So what would somebody have to do to be an elite culture influencer?
Man, I always tell people because a lot of people ask me that.
Yeah.
I'm like, just make yourself available. Like, show me like what you would bring to the brand. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of tell people, would you go to a job interview and just like expect a job?
Right.
Like, you're gonna come at me like, let me know like what you're gonna bring to the table.
Exactly.
Because most of it always turns into they just want free shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Where it's like, do you do video? Do you do pictures? Like, do you do like what do you do that you're just like, oh, I'd be great for your brand. Like, okay, in what way? Oh, I would just be great because I know like, I go to the gym, and it's like I've had people tell me that like I should be on your brand because I go to the gym, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So there's 100,000 people.
Yeah, I'm like, we'll see how that goes. But I'm like, when I say that, like I'm super open though. Like, like starts buying stuff and repping, and I notice it, and I just see like they're cool people. Like I'll give anybody a chance. Like it's not no looks, no like certain body type, you know, guy, girl. I don't care. Like if you're just a cool person, and I know like you're gonna hustle, like, cause that's what I'm looking for now. You know, like I've kind of figured out that just looks and all that shit are a little portion of it. It's more the mindset. You know.
All right. Because I was about to ask you, like, what do you look for? Now I understand. It's the mindset. You gotta have that hustle in you.
You know, a lot of people don't.
Yeah, sadly, they talk a big hustle, but
because I've had it before where people come up and like, I can do this and I'll do this, and I'm like, hell yeah, like man, this motherfucker sound like a hustler. And 3 days later, it's like, oh man, you know, I can't make it, bro. Like, it's like, all right, whatever.
Right. So now you're not even shocked when they don't come through. You're just like, yeah, okay. Like,
so now it's like, all right, show me what you do, and then we'll talk.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I've gotten to the point where it's like, I know like I'll take care of whatever needs to be taken care of no matter what. So if I know I need help, like I know like I would benefit from it.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna just be bringing people onto my brand for no damn reason and shit.
Definitely.
You know, because this is still like my baby. This is still like.
Yeah, I get you. What So do you listen to podcasts when you work out? Strictly just podcasts, or what's on your like workout rotation, playlist wise?
Hold on, let me see. What did I just? I think I just got that 21 Savage.
Ooh, that was hard.
Yeah, that shit was good. What's that? Like a straight up like old school like NWA type beat.
Oh yeah, no, that was like on the end, almost the end of the album. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that shit was hard. What was it? What have I? Oh, okay, so I just got the Carter 5, the deluxe one.
Okay.
I don't even know if that shit's new. Is it new? Like someone started posting, and I was like,
Yeah, no, it's newish. It's been
It
out.
just
For
came
like,
out, right?
yeah, for like 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
I just got the Bryson Tiller,
Okay.
21 Savage. I had to like re-download all the Camerons and shit. I don't know why I got off there like Purple Haze and Killer Season and all that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know, man. Like again, the old person music's gonna come out, but just new music is weird to me.
No, yeah, I was about to ask. I'm really surprised that you're downloading those albums. Yeah.
I mean, I remember like I would listen to like like Cam, like
Mm-hmm.
Dipset, like Jay-Z back then. Like that's the kind of shit. I mean, I do like some of the new shit, and
Yeah.
it's a little weird,
I feel you.
To each their own. Like I know when I was young, it was a different vibe. Like I older shit that people listen to. So
yeah.
you remember like when you're like 20 and you hear some other shit, you're like, what the hell? Now I'm like, what the hell? Like that's what they're listening to.
Are you like that with your daughter's TikTok song she be listening to? Like what?
Yeah, well, she knows like every song. It's crazy.
I do.
Yeah, you know every TikTok song popping right now.
Yeah, I do.
All right, let me put you to the test. Ready? Here we go. I'm gonna say a lyric and then you try to repeat it. All right. I only know one song. All right. So bounce out.
Who's it?
Hey, she know. Hey, okay. Hey, she lit. Hey, that's fire. Well, I'm trying to think what else. How about you give me one? Let's see if I get it.
What was the one you were singing today? She did a fire one today, but it like you won't be able to see it on the phone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, wait.
I'll send it to you, Z. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. You can see it right now.
For sure.
The one with the A's hat and the Niners shirt.
I did see that on your. I think I saw that on your Instagram.
Yeah.
It was like the bait. Yeah, West Coast killer. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Okay, I got one more. Chicken wing.
Hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homie.
Hey, yo, it's lit. Shout out Bella one time.
Hey, it's funny, man, because like we bump heads a lot.
Yeah.
We're exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. She's daddy's girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
She walks around with like A's hats and shit, like stuff, like the Warrior stuff, and
that's dope.
And we got the new little one. Bring Mia.
Okay, I'm coming.
Here, we'll bring the little one on here too.
Oh, this is a little one.
Yeah. And Flash, bro. I'm about to give you Flash. That motherfucker's a nightmare.
I'll take Flash.
We got like a fat little English bulldog, bro.
He's just tearing everything up right now, or what?
He's like the most disobedient dog I've ever had in my life, bro. like he'll look me dead in my face, and I'm like, "Do not jump on that sofa." He'll just look at me and just like jump on. Like I'll get him, throw him down, smack him. I'm like, no.
I told you not to do that.
Oh, man. I think he's so fat he don't feel the punches and shit. So I just grab him and shit. Like,
I'm looking up.
Yeah, bro. She's funny. She definitely got that Bay Area in her blood somehow still.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
Man, I love Cali. When I grew up there, man, dude. It was funny, man, because I would tell people like it's so different now. Here, hold on, let me see her.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah, hi. Right here. Wait. Wait. She's learning how to wave.
Oh, there she goes.
Yeah.
She's so smiley.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's funny is like any baby I've ever met in my life, she smiles like all day. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
When she's hungry.
Is that for sure?
Yeah, she eats a lot, man. She be grubbing.
That's dope.
But like I was saying, it's crazy, man. Like growing up in San Francisco, like that definitely like shaped like my style, the way I am.
Oh yeah.
I remember being like, I think I had talked about this on my Instagram a while ago. Like I'd be like 6, 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin was like 8, 9. My older cousin was like 12. Homie, we like jump on the BART station and go like 100 miles away to like Six Flags. Like our friends were like, yeah, your cousin will watch you. Now looking back, I'm like, we were like, bro, my daughter goes to the mailbox and I'm like, I'm at the door. Like,
right.
like we would wake up like, hey, we're going to Six Flags. Hey, we're going to go to Marine World. Hey, we're going here. Hey,
Wow.
just have your cousin take you guys. Like, my cousin was 12. You know?
Like 3 years older than me.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Man, insane. But that's how it was back then, man. It was crazy, but it was a lot of love out there, man. Like we go to games, just go to an A's game, finish that one, go across the bridge and go to a Giants game. You know, just like we're just all over, man. It was dope, man. I miss my childhood. That shit was fun. I
think that has to be the dopest thing about Cali. It's just like not how close everything is, but just the public transportation system set up there. It's just like you can go anywhere. Like here in Tucson, everything's so spread out. It's like if I go catch the Sun train, I ain't gonna be there for another like 2 hours. Just like
it's crazy because like in Cali, so I mean, I was born in San Francisco, like like my grandma has those houses that are like the full house houses, them fucking stacked up ones.
Wow.
Like, so that's where I grew up. Like I was there. Dope. Like so it was so fun to like you had San Francisco, man. You had go across, you're in Oakland, you go to Richmond, you go to San Jose, you go to Sacramento, you like just every place was like its own little world. It was weird.
Yeah, but it's dope.
Oakland was dope though, man. There's graffiti everywhere, like music, and that's when I was like Loonies was out there, you know, like all that crazy shit.
Right. Yeah.
Man.
That's wild, man. Yo.
I was talking to my cousin today, because like unfortunately, like one of our uncles passed away.
Oh wow.
So we just started like reminiscing about all that stuff. And like, man, we'd be chilling. They took us to get the Bone Thugs and Harmony tape, and he would get Eric B and Rakim. We would get like all this dope shit. I'm just like, so it's been a weird day, you know what I mean?
Right. But not being able to reminisce.
Kind of like what brought me to like, oh man, I miss all that shit, man. Just being young with my cousins and my uncles and all that shit.
Yeah, man, that's dope.
That totally shaped like my style and how I am and what I like, and you know, everybody showed me love as like a little kid, so I try to be super cool to kids, man. Like I love kids. Like I try to like get along with them. I try to like as much as I still can relate to them, you know. Like I feel like I do a good job.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope. You're on TikTok. I mean, so that you're TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok. She's on TikTok.
No, but by affiliation, you're on TikTok because
my knees can't handle TikTok. My knees have set me back a lot. I know, I'm just playing.
That's how it be sometimes. Like, hey, every time that's your excuse for everything now, huh? Like, oh, my knees. Man.
Yeah, like you wash the dishes, man. My knees right now. You know, the cold getting to the bones.
You be milking it all the time. You're like,
yeah, I tell people, man, I'm about to be 40, but my body feels like it's like 86.
Oof. Yeah, that's playing sports all your life. That's what it does to you.
And I was always like the youngest one of like all my cousins, so like they all beat my ass. We played tackle football on the street. I was the one getting thrown to like trash cans. They would play with tasers. I'm the one getting tasered and shit. Like my body been through hell.
Tasers? What sport's that?
Bro, I remember when we lived in Mexico, man. We snuck a taser gun like back over as like a toy for us to play with. So my oldest cousin would like fucking tase us to the ground all the time if we didn't do what he wanted. A taser, bro. Like we be just shit. My mom be like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, why are you pushing? I'm like, "Cause he shocked me." Damn gun gun to full head.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah,
for sure, man. Yo,
you're from Tucson?
I'm from Tucson, born and raised.
Oh shit. Okay, what school did you go to?
I went to Tucson High.
Okay, when did you graduate?
2019.
God,
baby.
Bro, I have. Baby. What you want to bet? My son is older. I have a son older than you. My son about to be 21 next month.
21, damn. I'm 20 already. So
yeah, see. Yeah, I had him when I was in high school and shit. When I tell you there was nothing to do in high school but hoop and other dumb shit.
That was man, that's crazy. Yo,
what made you want to do a podcast?
What made us want to do this podcast? We really want to show love to the city, man, and to the state, honestly, of just hip hop and culture. I mean, everything music. I mean, just music and culture in general. I mean, we had everybody ranging from like Sean Louis, who's R&B, pop, to like ASCII, who's really grimy and dark hip hop, to videographers and to local business owners like yourself.
Yeah.
So really just putting on for the city and the state.
That's dope, man. I feel like I need to tap in a little more into like the local like hip hop stuff.
Oh yeah, it's fire.
It ain't an
I've been
excuse.
telling you.
I have so much shit always going on that I'm like, I don't even have time to do anything.
Hey, have Daniela send you a playlist of the
Mhm.
the takeover playlist?
I
You
will.
can that.
Well, I heard that the little intro little thing you guys had on there. That sounded like some old school shit. That was like some old school beat type shit.
That was some lab rats right there.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. So
I heard that. I was like, okay.
He's out here, yeah. Yeah, that's it for sure.
I love music too, man. Like I love everything about the culture, man. Like
Yeah.
fashion, music. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was crazy into like the shoe game, man. That was probably my first passion. Like other than basketball, that was probably my first passion, man.
What was your first ever shoe that you got? Like,
Bro, the first pair of Nikes I got, we were poor when we were little. Were some fucking white and blue Nikes that we got at Mervin's. That my cousins would clown on me, but that was my. They were just some regular Nike flights, man. Wow. And I remember even then, like when I got them, I'd go, and this is like when the Bo Jacksons first came out, when the Nike Air first came out with the air in the back. You know what I mean? I remember all that shit, man. The Jordan 4s, like.
That's dope.
I was into it, man.
That's crazy. You know what's crazy? I wanted my first shoe ever to be like, I wanted the Shaquille O'Neal shoe so bad. Like, I don't know why. I just wanted the Shaq shoe so bad, but I got some Pippins. I didn't know they were Pippins, but they're freaking fire.
Which ones? The ones with the air on the side?
Yep, I did. I was like, I got those that Payless. I'm pretty sure they fake, but hey.
What you want? The Shaq Stone with the big old basketball pump?
Oh no, I wanted like the Shaqs with like just Shaq hanging on the rim. You know that little logo?
Yeah, the Reebok ones, right?
Yeah.
It had a basketball pump, didn't it?
They had a pump on it?
I think so. They were like white with like the blue and the black from the Magic.
Yeah, man. All I know, I wanted some Shaqs.
Oh man, funny story about that is like, I remember I went to Foot Locker. We had got this little Pomeranian. He was like a little teacup. He was like this big, legit. So I named him Shaq. I didn't have enough money to buy the shoe, so I went to Foot Locker and I stole the hang tag that says Shaq from the shoe, and I put it on his doghouse. And there's probably not a shoe you could talk about that's not gonna like bring me back to some like wild shit. I think when me and my wife got together, probably like we've been together like 12, 13 years. Wow. I probably had easily about 600 pair of shoes that were like brand new, and then like 150 that I would wear like in rotation.
What?
Yeah. So we was like, man, I was into it.
Dang.
I used to love that shit, man. He's like all the Jordans, all the Forces, everything. Always been a Nike boy, you know what I mean? So
yeah, gotta be.
That definitely has been a lot of inspiration. Like I like minimal stuff, you know what I mean? Like even with my clothing, like I don't like big ass logos or everywhere. That's just me. I like this is probably as big as it gets, you know what I mean? Yo, get something with something on the chest, and I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
That's what's up. Yo, where can they find you at, man?
No.
As far as what?
For just Instagram and everything.
So on Instagram, it's Elite Culture Apparel. You can also go Peps 2121, which is PEPS 2121. My name is Jose. Right? So it's called Jose's Pepe in Mexico. I never liked Pepe. Like it sounded like I don't know. I didn't like that shit. I was like, just call me Peps.
Peps.
So that's kind of where that came from.
That's dope, brother.
Yeah.
Yo, it was awesome having you on the show. We got a lot of insight on you and just the culture, the brand itself. I'm excited. I might have to go cop a pair or something.
Yeah, man, I'll link up with Daniela and I'll hook her up. What size you wear?
Oh man, I wear large.
Okay, I got you.
I appreciate you, man.
And in return, you're gonna tell me how to do this podcast shit.
Oh, hey, I'm down for that. I got that. That sounds like a good trade-off right there.
And y'all can follow Bella on TikTok for some funny ass videos. Bro, she's legit funny. Like I don't say that shit to my like if she was just annoying, I'd be like, yeah, she's an annoying little kid like that. Like,
excuse me.
Like she be saying some funny shit. Like she's with all the trends, so like her mom's a little bit more off the loop, so she don't get the jokes. Like I hear her hitting her with the jokes, and I'm in the living room like laughing and shit. Like
dying.
Like, oh man, this kid. Like she was joking with her the other day, and she was just like, "Oh, you play around too much. Everything's all fun and games to you." And she's just like, "Yes, they're not having a sense of humor for me." And she's just like, "What the fuck?" So she didn't even know that was a thing. Like my wife didn't even know that was a thing, right?
Yes.
I'm in the living room like cracking up. I'm like,
got you, mom. She got you, mom.
That's
what's up. Yo,
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always on it.
That's what's up. Make sure y'all follow Bella, man, one time.
Mhm.
All right, go. I got about to.
Cool, man. Yo, that's gonna do it for us tonight. Tap in next Friday with GP the Poet. You already know what it is. October 16th, correct?
Yeah.
October. That's next week.
Hey man, I appreciate you guys. This
Of
shit
course,
was dope,
appreciate you,
I
man.
didn't know what to expect. I never been on a podcast.
Yeah,
This shit was smooth. It was like I like it. It was cool.
yo, hope you enjoyed it, man. Yo, we out of here. Don't hang up. So we'll see y'all next Friday, 8 p.m. Peace.